Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this wonderful Wednesday? About through the up. Is this a show about sewing? I hope so. Well, yeah, it could be. Good to see you, expert. Yeah, probably more about tearing stuff up because that's the mood I feel in today. Good morning, Farrell. Pixie, good to see you. And of course, all the way from across the pond, Chris Mullen. Good to see you. This is awesome. Hey, cool gamer. Good to see you this morning also. Oh yeah. So last night was fun. Jessica and I were doing the reading of the Ghislaine Maxwell lawsuit stuff, and Bronca dropped in, which was really cool. Bronca hung out for towards the end of it for I don't know, maybe an hour or two. It was good. We had a great time. We stopped doing what we were doing and just listening to Bronca talk is always fun. We had a good time. Whether you like the guy or not doesn't matter. He's very entertaining and very intelligent. So I suggest go check that out if you get a chance. It was quite interesting. Really quite interesting. He had jumped in chat and was just giving a shout and just gave him an invite and he showed up. It was fun. So, of course, I'm sure everybody knows that Trump had a town hall. There was a CNN, debate, which not surprising. Of course, it's here. It is. Wednesday morning. I was just like, oh, maybe I can pull up some information on maybe watch some of the debate this morning. You can't find it anywhere. It's like they do a debate and then CNN scrubbed it, where you have to sort of get their outtake on it. Oh, so what we'll do is we'll go over CNN's outtake on this and tell them how much a bunch of dumbasses they are. Because I always love listening to these guys where they're worse than I am. I didn't even have to watch it. I can probably tell you 90% of the bullshit that they said was just that bullshit. You know how it is. Good morning, Flat. Wonderful to see you. Whoa, Shizzy is better after sleep. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's not on C-SPAN, or I think C-SPAN is just all government stuff. Yeah, this was a CNN debate. Wonderful. What is it? What is Shingella, and why does Philadelphia have an outbreak? I don't know what Shingella is. I don't know. I mean, Philadelphia. What do you expect? It's a beautiful city, and anybody that lives there, I would suggest leave. Just kidding. Enjoy yourself in Philadelphia. You won't find me there. Oh, thank you. Well, as you notice, let's see, there's no base cabinet that back there behind me right now. That's from sucking up water off the floor. Yeah, go ahead, say what you want. I know you want. I know what you want to say. Dirty-minded people. It's it's good stuff. Yeah. So, I of course was, like I said, checking up on this, and CNN was, everything that they say is Trump is skating again. That was like everything that I could find. It was like every single channel had. It was almost like CNN, NBC, CBS. Every single one of them where Trump is skating again. As a matter of pure politics, Trump. Oh, here I can just show it to you because it's hilarious. And just their outtake on this stuff. It's like Trump is skating again. As a matter of pure politics, Trump's decision to sit out the primary debates has rarely looked more shrewd. Really? Now, see, last night after I got done with Bronca and went over to MG Law, I watched some of Trump's town hall. It's long winded. He just likes to talk. I mean, yeah, the man loves to talk. Sometimes I think it's just to hear himself, a little bit like I do. So, it's sucking up water off the floor. No, it's a vacuum sucking up water off the floor. Mm-hmm. I'll make some waffles. Waffles in a half hour. Who wants them? Waffles are good. So are pancakes. I like both. But yeah, of course, this is the one thing that you can find, because they love to show this stuff, is this stuff right here. I hadn't seen this, so this is probably as new to you as it is to me.
My goal has never been to be just a voice against the hate and the division and the selfishness of what our party has become under Donald Trump. It's also been to win.
Well, was it because of Donald Trump? That's the question. What was all of the hate and the bullshit? I mean, I can remember back when Bush was running, how horrible and rotten and evil George Bush was, and he was the worst thing since the devil. Um, you know, this is politics. This is the kind of politics that they do. So he's just become so divisive and so horrible. Well, how about like standing up for something? Have a little bit of morals there, Christy. Maybe stop eating so many damn Philadelphia cheesecakes.
The nomination and defeat Joe Biden and restore our party and our country to a new place.
Oh, well, that was sort of the goal that Trump was able to do. I think the biggest concern people have with Trump is everybody's going to be on the attack again for the next 4 years. I think he might be able to navigate that a little bit better. I mean, I don't know. I'm no politician. I mean, some people might do better at it, maybe not. Or they're like George W. Bush, but I'm no fan of Trump. Yeah, see, and I have a lot of people that are no fans of the Trump. Like I said, they think he's long winded and he talks a lot of shit. It's fine. I mean, you can love the guy or hate the guy. It doesn't matter. He's done quite a bit. You know, Personally, I think that he's one of the better ones for the whole job. But what do I know? I'm just a head with a voice. That's it. You sent me something. Oh, okay, very cool. I'll have to check that out. What do we got here? Oh yeah, I saw that too. That was pretty funny. Um, yeah, I'll bring that one up later. Uh, yeah, it is about the Trumpage, and I'll just see. I'll bring it up here. Let's see, full screen it and stop screen, present, share screen, because it is pretty funny. And turn on audio. There we go.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection, and maybe that too.
Wow. Maybe that too. Crazy girl. Crazy girl. Yeah, that was Talib, or whatever her name is. Sounds like a dessert or something. I don't know. She's weird. She sort of creeps me out. Something about her just creeps me out. I don't know what it is. That's right. Besides, it's not my country. I didn't like him way before he became president. Yeah, and he bothered me none way before he became president. I didn't like him on what it was at the office or whatever it was that he was doing, where he'd go, "You're fired." See, I could care less. Of course, I'm not really into the whole TV, stuff. Yes, that was hilarious. You had birthday cake for breakfast today? That sounds good. Doggo got you up early, but would catch the morning whiz. Oh, thanks, Jay Levy. Appreciate you. Really. So back to
of hope and optimism in this country. I've always said that if there came a point in time in this race where I couldn't see a path to accomplishing that goal, that I would get out.
Which was probably before he even got in, because nobody likes Christie. I mean, he right from the get-go, he was polling low. I think he was polling lower than Pence. At least Pence had the wherewithal to just sort of disappear gracefully. But, because I get all of these little emails for or text or whatever from Nikki Haley. You can suck my dick, Nikki. I don't care about you. I will not ever vote for you. I don't care if you even make it. I'll vote third party. I don't like the skank. That's just me. Yeah, he was obnoxious on that TV show. I think it was yeah, there you go, The Apprentice. Yeah, I didn't like The Apprentice. No, Chris Christie. You should have dropped out a long time ago. But I can tell you right now the way that the Republican Party is pushing this whole thing. They want to get Nikki Haley in there, thinking that, oh, she's going to get the ladies. Everybody loves the ladies. Oh, she's going to be the big powerful woman in there. Yeah, cake is a legit breakfast, like a donut. Absolutely. But that's sort of what they're. Well, I know what that was. That's sort of their goal, is to get Nikki Haley, push her as hard as they can to, and get all that information out. I know, because I get at least 3 texts a day from Nikki Haley's campaign going, "Have you heard what Nikki Haley said?" No, because I really don't care, because she's basically just a talking piece for the GOP, and the GOP is broken. And Christie knows this. And that's one of the reasons why he knew he wasn't going to get it, because they've already got it pre-planned. They already know who they want to have as their primary person. So you'll see it in the news the next few months. It'll be all about how wonderful and how great Nikki Haley's doing, and everybody should be backing her. You're going to see it on CNN, NBC, CBS. Of course, they'll do it underhanded. They'll promote her like crazy, while sort of downplaying, as I was speaking about earlier with Trump, of, oh, he's skating on thin ice. Oh, here he goes talking about the border again, all that kind of crap. But yeah, I guess he's had some sort of hot mic moment here, which, sort of stupid, but this is what I haven't heard it, so I don't know what he's going to say.
And it's clear to me tonight that there isn't a path for me to win the nomination.
Yeah,
which is why I'm suspending my campaign tonight for President of the United States.
Yeah, because nobody was going to vote for you.
I know. And I can see it from some of the faces here that I'm disappointing some people by doing this. People who believe in our message and believe in what we've been doing. I also know, though, it's the right thing for me to do.
Yeah, because you were never going to get the election. The Republicans were never going to let your sorry ass in, because you're the epitome of it. You're the epitome of the trash heap that exists on Capitol Hill these days.
Because I want to promise you this: I am going to make sure that in no way do I enable Donald Trump to ever be president of the United States again.
Yeah, see, there you go. Never enable. So, but if he does make president, of course, you'll be, the first one coming along, bowing down, kissing the ring. Changing your phone number has been a downer only, plus no campaign text. I love that. It was delicious, but so many candles. Took me forever to blow them all out. You don't have that many candles. You're a youngster.
And that's more important than my own personal ambition.
Yeah. Good. What?
It's later.
So where was this hot mic moment? So I'm. So he's saying he skewers Haley and DeSantis on a hot mic before ending 2024 campaign. Where was that? I didn't hear it. She's going to get smoked, and you and I both know it. She's not up to this. He could be heard saying, in apparent reference to Haley. He also mentions DeSantis had contacted him. DeSantis called me, petrified that I would, before the audio cut out. Okay. Okay. So apparently they weren't going to play it. So you don't want to hear it. Okay. That's weird. Good morning, Jude. Hey, Jude. I'm so glad you didn't change your name. I mean, it was a wonderful idea to change it, but so, okay. This is what he made, was unofficial remarks off camera on a live microphone. She's going to get smoked. You and I both know, of course. We all know what's going to happen with Nikki Haley if she gets Ron DeSantis to drop out. Like, they're just working it up right now because here's the problem you run into with DeSantis. He probably already knows that he's not gonna run. He's got too many people that are just not really into him. So DeSantis and her, they have to have some sort of debate because Trump has no reason to debate either one of these. He's already in the lead. I mean, if he's got more than both of them put together, he's already in the lead. He's already walking into this with the Republican ticket under him. And the Republican ticket does not want that. GOP does not want Trump in there. They absolutely hate that. He doesn't have to show up to a single one of these debates and he can beat them because he just goes into a town hall and that's all he does. Just walk into a town hall and there we go. He's got it. It's amazing how he's able to do this. So Trump skating again, like failing to build the wall. Well, there's a reason why it wasn't. And not being on the stage with them. Okay, that makes no sense because he doesn't have to be. Why would he have to be on stage with them? It's so stupid. Neither has taken the opportunity to denounce him more pointedly or argue he is unfit for office. Notably, the one thing DeSantis and Haley agree on throughout the entire night is Trump should have been on the stage, but he has no need to be. It's like showing up to a boxing match with 5-year-olds because that's what they are. They're just little children. Let them smack each other around. They're on the same level. Like there's no need for you to get in there. You're just going to break all of them. It does no good for him. The race to be the toughest on stage, DeSantis and Haley bought race to appear toughest on some of the bedrock conservative priorities. Yeah, but they never stood for any of this stuff before. They never really do anything. Ending illegal immigration, cutting taxes, and reining in the federal budget. Neither of the two Republicans said they would allow anyone who did not enter the country legally to remain in the United States. Yeah, that's all. All of them say this, but none of them are doing anything about it whenever it comes time to do something about it. Oh, did you see what was her name? AOC, her little breakdown when they were talking about how they were, mama wasn't able to be with her children after crossing the border. And yeah, tough. Haley delivered perhaps the most withering attack DeSantis has faced as presidential candidate midway through the debate after the Florida governor accused Haley of ineffective leadership. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but here's I think what's most interesting is this is what CNN wants you to see. This is all they want you to see. They want you to see their talking points, their key takeaways. Iowa voters are split on who they think won tonight's CNN debate. Analysis: DeSantis and Haley agree on one point: Trump should have joined them. So where's Ramaswamy? I mean, did he drop out finally? I don't know because I haven't been paying attention enough because, like I said, until it starts getting down to the final stages, or was this just one of those where it was just the two of them? Yeah, Ramaswamy isn't, as much as he's saying the things that people want to hear, he's not doing as well as people want him to. It's like that's the biggest problem. Yeah, this is scary. I mean, this is scary. She's like got no lips. Like, here, let me paint you on some lips, sweetheart. You really need to get some lips so you don't look like a snake or something. There we go. Some lips. How's that? Maybe make you look like the Joker. She needs to get those little things that the women do over here on the side. Like, and maybe, yeah, look, she almost looks very masculine here, with the, and it's all right. You can look masculine if you want to. I mean, maybe she needs some eyelashes. I'm thinking some eyelashes on her might help out. Yeah. Now all she needs. Oh, I got it. I got it here. I know exactly what it is. This would help her quite a bit. Is if let me see. If she had red hair, a little bit of red hair. There we go. Give her some red hair. Yeah, that might help. That would get like the expert interested. He would be just because he's got a thing for the red hairs. There we go, Nikki. See, a total makeover. That's what you need. That's what I'm thinking. Because the little pearl necklace here, it just doesn't work for you. It makes you look old. Like, there you go. Now you look more youthful. Sort of like the Joker, just more youthful. I like it. She does have, like, if you look really close, you can see that she sort of has like the the look about her of a shocked human being. You know, it's interesting. Very interesting. Ron DeSantis, at least he looks like he's slightly taller than her, but she's probably wearing like 8-inch heels. I don't like how she constantly pushes for war. Exactly. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with all of these folks is they're constantly pushing for some sort of war. This is partly false. Oh, okay. So here we go. There's a fact check, which is facts first. This is partially false. It needs context. The Biden administration has lifted a handful of Iranian sanctions, which they said were removed because of verified change in status or behavior. However, Biden also retained and imposed numerous other sanctions on Iran. Yeah, of course. That's all they've got is one fact check. Really? Just one fact check. So the rest of it wasn't? Okay. Chris Sunu tells CNN he would vote for Trump even if he's a convicted felon. Okay, that's just stupid. So yeah, these folks are silly. Just absolutely silly. So, presidential debates, the race to be the toughest on the stage, you have to deport them. Haley followed. Oh, of course. Yeah, she has got this weird thing about her. And I noticed this. I don't know what it was, and it might just be an age thing, but she's got like this chin that just sort of, let me show you what I'm talking about because it is so weird. She's got like this chin right here that just has this. I just expect like some little like moles to like grow on them. It's an unreal chin. It's not a strong chin or anything. It looks like, what it looks like, that someone like put some staples up here on top of her head and then like stepped on her head and or handles on top of her head and then grabbed her head and like pulled the skin all up, like to get it off of her jaw. I think, ladies, don't do this stuff. Don't do all the plastic surgery stuff. It does horrible things to you. It's weird. So weird. But yeah, I went looking for all of the debates and I couldn't find any. I was sort of surprised, because I could go over to what was it, Rumble and look. I went over to YouTube. I even went over to CNN. I couldn't even find the debate. I was like, okay, so there wasn't a debate, but except what they want to tell me the debate was about. Like, I wanted to see it for myself, watch it while I was at work today and sort of comment on it maybe tomorrow, but I can't even find it that way. It's like maybe if I went on YouTube TV and pulled it up or something like that and went back and grabbed it, I might be able to watch it. I don't know. Why would CNN make it so difficult for me to find all of their information? It just makes no sense. But I was able to, pull up the whole this one here, which was the Trump one, and this is the part where I believe what's his face? Christie was talking. Yeah.
Today, there was some breaking campaign news. Take a listen.
Campaign news. Here we go.
It's clear to me tonight that there isn't a path for me to win the nomination.
Yeah, see, everyone's cut it out. It's so weird to me that they're cutting that portion out where, the hot mic is. And of course, Trump made some sort of quip about that. He was like, because he was making this quip about what's her face, Chris Christie, that he was more interested in having Chris Christie as his vice presidential candidate. And they said, "Oh, so does that mean you're going to ask Chris Christie?" And he was like, then he started making jokes about, which was pretty damn funny. Listening to what he had to say about that.
Which is why I'm suspending my campaign tonight for President of the United States. I am going to make sure that in no way do I enable Donald Trump to ever be President of the United States again.
So that was the big news. Late today, the former governor of New Jersey dropped out.
And the look on Trump's face is priceless. Just sort of, he's got this, you guys are morons.
Out of the race in New Hampshire. You saw it there. There's a lot of speculation now that there could be a combining of forces of the people who supported him. He had about 12% there. And by some estimates, you're ahead by an average of 14 in the Real Clear Politics average polling in New Hampshire.
And Trump's just looking at her like, who cares? I'm beating both of them. No path for Chris because he was only paid to Trump bash and no one cared for it. Yeah, pretty much. That's about it. You gotta have someone in there to bash Trump. I mean, why not?
Hampshire. So if that 12 goes to Nikki Haley, she could give you a run for your money there.
Well, you have Democrats in New Hampshire and they vote, and you have independents in New Hampshire in large numbers and they vote. And I have polls that show me leading by a tremendous amount in New Hampshire and a lot in Iowa, and nationwide we're leading by almost 60 points. So I'm not exactly worried about it. I understand New Hampshire very well. I've won it twice and did very well with New Hampshire. I love the people. They love me, I think. We did a good job for New Hampshire economically and even from the standpoint of the military taking care of.
Yeah, and so here what his point is in, I think it's Massachusetts and New Hampshire, those states, not only can the Republicans vote in that primary, but so can the independents, the Democrats, the Green Party, the Blue Party. Everybody can vote in those primaries. Now, places like Georgia, if you vote in the Republican primary, I think it's that way in Georgia. It's been a while. If you vote in the Republican Party, then for the primaries, then your vote pretty much means that you're going to be voting for that you're not going to switch your vote to the Democrat Party or to another party. You have to stick with it within that part, those party bounds. The reason that they do this is because they don't want the Democrats to come in and vote just to not have one particular person there. That makes sense. Like it would be like me going and voting for Gavin Newsom or something like that. Whenever you've got Biden on the ticket, Gavin Newsom, and those two are running against each other, and me not voting for either one of them in the general election, but you vote for them in the primary. So those states, and that's what he's talking about. A lot of people don't understand that. And of course, Fox News sort of was like, "Oh, we don't want to talk about that. You're not supposed to say anything like that because that's bad politics." Yeah, that's all that is.
Of the vets, and I think we're going to do very well in New Hampshire. Now, Chris Christie was in, and he got a hot mic. I heard about. I thought actually the bigger story wasn't the fact that he dropped out. Nobody cared too much about that, but he had a hot mic where he was talking to somebody about the weather, and he happened to say that she doesn't have what it takes. She'll be creamed in the election. And I mean, I know her very well, and I happen to believe that Chris Christie's right. That's one of the few things he's been right about, actually.
Oh, slam! There you go. See, they didn't want that brought up, but he's happy to bring it up. Amazing, isn't it?
So you don't think it changes the dynamic much? I don't know if it does or not. Look, we're winning tremendously here. I think we're 20, 24 points up. I brought some polls if you want to see them, just in case. But I think we're 24, 25 points up. But New Hampshire's
I hate the laugh tracks in the background. Of course, somebody says boo or shut up or something like that somewhere in this. I fall asleep in the middle of it because, like I said, Trump likes to talk a lot.
Interesting. It's a great place, a great state, unbelievable people, but they allow independents and Democrats to vote in the Republican primary. You say, what's that all about? So it's a little bit false in that regard. But even with that, I think we'll win substantially.
Mr. President, we want to get to our first questioner. Robert is an optometrist from Ankeny. Robert, where are you? Do you know which way you're going to caucus on Monday?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can we ask you?
I'm going to vote for the third time for President Trump.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah. So he makes a jab at Fox News on this too. Like I did catch the first part of this. He makes this really good jab at him at Fox News, because he'll say, you know, did you write these questions, or is this Fox News writing the questions for you to read? And you can see the other ones where you can tell it was Fox News wrote the question because the person was reading it, and then like got flustered because they couldn't ask the question properly. Like, you've got it written right there. You're the one that supposedly wrote this question. It should be no problem for you to ask the question.
I knew I liked Robert.
What's your question for the former president?
I just want to say also thank you, President Trump, for your support of the vets. My wife and I and my oldest son are all veterans of the United States Army. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
He didn't have to.
Some of my friends that supported you in 2020 are not this time because they believe a Trump presidency will bring 4 years of chaos due to your haters. What is your response to them?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm glad you're asking the question. And I'm very glad that you started off by saying you're with me because I want you on my side. I figured maybe Fox would have written that question if it was just the second part of the question. But
Oh, slammed. And you see the look on their face. They're trying to keep it as serious as they can. That is some poker face right there. Oh, that's some poker face.
just so you understand.
We didn't write any of the questions. You all wrote the questions, just to be clear.
We'll figure that one out pretty soon. But they have chaos now. They have chaos at the border. They have chaos in the military. People are going woke. We have the greatest military in the world, except for the top, where they want to, turn this beautiful thing we built. We beat.
Yeah. So that was basically his little slam on that. And of course, I think there was something else in here that they were wanting to bring up. I can't remember what it was. So basically this was the same Trump talking points, nothing spectacular. Anything that he was all about. It's like he had a couple of people on here that were, asked some serious questions. A couple of people that asked some dumb questions. I did catch this lady right here. I guess she's one of his, it's the lady after this one that asked a question, and it's so hilarious. You can tell that it was, I think it's this one. No, not her. There's another one that asked a question that it is obvious and clear. She didn't write the question. What they're, hey, should you try the page for Brian Tyler Cohen? I think he's recording on there. Okay. I think I saw his, but it was causing so much lag because it was annoying. I couldn't handle. I don't want to watch somebody else's opinion on it. I sort of want to give my own opinion, whether it's good or not. But yeah, I wasn't really enjoying it too much. Dude's wearing a gray suit in that one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, where is it? I'm looking for because he just, like I said, I fell asleep because he just wouldn't shut the hell up. He just kept rambling, as much as I like what he does as far as his policies, the way that he was handling it. He does tend to talk a lot. And let's see, of course, yeah, I think it's this one right here. Nope, not her. Man, which one did I miss? I probably missed it because it was such a short little one where she was talking, and basically they just said, hey, there's so much chaos because of the way that you believe and the way that all these other people, the debate, Nikki Haley versus Ron DeSantis. Yeah. That one right there. I'm pretty sure I pulled that one up, and it's like a 3-hour thing or something, or 2.5 hour. And I wasn't wanting to go and do his stream live. I mean, I would, as much as I would love to promote him, it was just sort of pointing out to me that CNN doesn't want people to see what was going on with that debate. So that tells me either one, the debate was really, really poor, and they didn't get out the talking points that CNN wanted to get out. So might as well quiet it down as much as possible, make it a little bit more difficult for you to pull up that information. So that way they can tell the narrative that they want to tell. Same way with NBC, Fox News, everyone. Because then they just put in their key takeaways. And of course, the key takeaways are, that Trump is horrible, that he's not going to have, he doesn't have the support like he should have, that Nikki Haley is beating him in the polls, that, all of these wonderful things about Nikki Haley. It's just like, yeah, because Nikki Haley would be easier to beat for anybody. It's like how hard was it for Camel Toe Harris to get like completely annihilated off the stage? It was pretty quick. Trump did say that he knows who he's going to have for his running mate, and it definitely wasn't Chris Christie, although he sort of likes him a little bit more now that he talks trash about Nikki Haley. That made it very clear that he's not interested in Nikki Haley, where everybody was saying, "Oh, him and Nikki Haley, they could totally do this." No, that's some sort of pipe dream. That's some sort of pipe dream. If you're going to get a woman on there, might as well get someone that's a little bit more of a stronger woman that might balance your campaign out a little bit. Like I'd like to see Tulsi Gabbard. I know she's on the other side of the political aisle, but hey, I could be behind that. I think that Ramaswamy, as a vice president, might be a good idea. He's a little bit bombastic, and once he gets in there, he may just totally screw it up. Yeah, we know it won't be Pence. You know why he put Pence in there in the first place. That was the Republican Party telling him, "Oh no, you have to put Pence in here because we show that he's strong leadership, and he's got all of these things that align with our core values. Get that guy in there. That let's move him into this position. Why not? And how'd that turn out for you?" Mo in the deep end. Yeah, I would like to see Mo in the deep end as a VP for him. She would like put him in their place. I would definitely vote for her. No, I think that I think having Tulsi Gabbard would be a good play on his part. That's just me. If I was into the all into the politics on that kind of crap, that's probably who I would be wanting to have in there. But what do I know? Like I said, I'm just a talking head. I could be worthwhile. It could be worthwhile. Yeah. But that's that. Whatever. Make sure you guys are hit that like button. The YouTube gods like to hear that stuff. It's whatever they want. And of course, I had something else in here. I got to find it real quick because I'm a meathead and was trying to get, because Thursdays is trash day. Oh God, Thursdays is such a horrible trash day. So I had to get all my trash taken out and all that neat kind of stuff. But Junior and I, we were doing the what do you call it? The Skanko Ghislaine Maxwell suit, and sort of all these name drops that they were supposedly having. And we're just on like the first drops of those that came out on the 4th. There's more that came out. Like it seems like every day there's more that comes out. And if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be some more. There were some more things that were put in yesterday, the day before yesterday, and sometimes those take a couple of days to actually hit. So like there was something entered, but we haven't seen what it is yet. So those will be coming up. Those kinds of like trash things. And where is I think this is where it was at. Let's see. Yeah, I already went over the Fanning Willis, which he brought that stuff up too. There was, well, I don't want to talk about that because that's just too dark for this morning. I don't want to be too dark in the morning. It's weird how that happens. Like, I'll talk about dark shit, but early in the morning, hey, it's the sun's coming up. We should be having happy days. We should be seeing the sunrise. Uh, what is it? What is it? And not one effing thing will happen to a single high profile name on that list. Yeah, yeah. But we haven't seen. Here's the thing. And this is the big distraction on that. We haven't seen a list. And honestly, from what I'm seeing on that, I have not seen a list. All right, all this stuff that's undisclosed, I have yet to see a list. Okay. Now, it's the same talking points that they had back in 2016, 2020, in 2021, something like that. It's all the same talking points. Okay. And I went over this with David last night because he was asking about it. He goes, well, where is this list that they're talking about? And what the list is there was a story that was told to a newspaper person that it was Goofrey, Virginia Goofrey, I believe is the name. Virginia Goofrey made a statement to a newspaper, basically wrote a story out on paper, lined paper, said it was 3 pages or so. Doesn't remember exactly how many it was, but it was 3, possibly more. Wrote this out, and this reporter reported on what she put on this paper. But according to her, in this court documents, and you have to watch it with Reloaded 9, she brings up that she did not. she made certain statements, and some of the things were embellished and not true. And one of those things was the portion about her being on a helicopter with former President Bill Clinton and Ghislaine, whatever, on a as the pilot, which that's not what she said. And she came back and corrected them in her testimony, and her correction was that Ghislaine, being able to fly a helicopter, had her license. Give her that. She, that's a hell of a license to get. It's more than just an airplane. That Ghislaine bragged about flying the helicopter with Bill Clinton on it. She's never seen it. She doesn't know that if it's true or not. To her, it was just an embellishment and something that she said. And that's what her story talked about, was this is something that Ghislaine liked to brag about, that she flew the helicopter for him. Now, she had no verification of that. And a lot of the other information, as far as we've read, has been things discovered in a deposition. And David was made it a little bit more clear about the way a deposition works, that you find out information in a deposition, and in finding out that information, you can subpoena more people to get more information, to depose other people. So some of this stuff was brought up in a deposition. Some of it was just a question that was asked, and they're just like, yeah, I don't know anything about Bill Clinton. Well, what about Trump? I don't know anything about Trump, but of course they've turned it's like, yeah, I've never met him, or some crap like that. But of course they've turned this into, oh, they were on a list. Well, she pointed out, like, these are just things that I was told. There was no verified proof of it. And that's all that they wanted to do, is just figure out, are these people that we need to depose? Do we need to bring them in? And that's all we've been able to find out so far. The stuff that you're seeing on Fox News and crap like that, these are not sworn testimonies. These are not things that they were actually there for. They're just something that they were deposed on, and they're telling the story of something that they were told. So it's confusing, but if you watch it, it might make a little bit more sense. So if it doesn't, well, then I'm doing a crappy job of explaining it whenever we're doing it, because we were having a good time last night. You should definitely go check it out. Oh, Farrell, have you been feeling ill? What was that? So that notification, MLS stream, Zach Anderson updates, January 11th, 6 p.m. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Old woman loves to add her 2 cents in my convos. That's fine. Love the old women. Love the old women. They're good to have. They're good to keep around. For as long as you can. Yeah, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I keep talking shit. That's what's going to happen. Oh, but let's see. What was that I had? So it was something I pulled up yesterday that I was wanting to talk about. And of course, like I said, trash this morning, getting stuff out the door. It's always a pain in the ass. And I had you'll be home in 10. Oh, that's good. Well, if you're home in 10, what I'll do is then I can go get some more coffee. Or I can put you guys on hold for a little bit while I grab another cup. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a frog in throat. No, Shizzy. He's a diehard Democrat, will not listen to anything else other than mainstream media's talking points. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. She lives in a world of fear porn. Not that was me. You've been working too hard and got sick. Oh, Pixie. Sorry to hear that. Really, I hate. I've been sick also, but I think that's just a little bit of a bug that goes around this time of year. It happens. We're used to it by now, aren't we? I mean, there's no need to lock yourself down or lock yourself away into the weird world of sports. So, that was the other. That's now I remember what it was. Son of a buck. Let me see if I've got it here somewhere. This is pretty funny. It's probably going to get me in trouble, but I don't care. At least for a little bit, because it reminded me of Yoko Ono. This totally reminded me of Yoko Ono, but she's much more attractive and does some pretty cool stuff. You seen this? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, wait until you hear her do like the mouth heart. She does these sounds while she's doing a mouth heart. It's 45 degrees out. Yeah, it's warm. Pretty cool, huh? Like she's got some talent. Oh, I'm not showing it to you. Ah, that's funny. Here we go. Sorry about that. I'm an idiot. Here we go. Wait till you see this. Here you go. And she's an ethnic musician playing a jaw harp. Comus. There we go. There was something in here where she really brings it. Come on, tell me that doesn't. Yes, you can see it now. You can totally see it. You can see it now. You're just way behind. That's all. You'll get caught up. So yeah, she's doing like horse sounds and donkey sounds and stuff like that. No, she's not doing cultural appropriation. She's Appalachian. No, she's Russian. She's totally Russian. Yeah, her name is what is it? It was Fingen that showed that to me. It was pretty cool. I forget what her name is off the top of my head. Yeah, she's amazing, like a solo orchestra. No, she's pretty damn cool. I was impressed. I saw that the other day. I just had to share that. The instrument that she's playing, though, oh no, that's a jaw harp, is what it's called. So you place that in there, and then you use your mouth as sort of an echo chamber, and you can open it and close it. You're basically playing it and then moving your tongue back and forth to close the gap. So I'd probably break my jaw. No, freaking your dog. Oh, sorry. She plays a mean skin flute. I don't know. I mean, she does have like the hand motion down, and she could probably get that tongue working really well. Just saying, you never know. You never know. Of course, I got in trouble the other day for doing the what do you call it? The name of the movie is Downfall. It's oh, how do I have any of you guys that are in Scotland? Just give a thumbs up if you're in Scotland. I've got some good Scottish jokes here. No, I won't do that to you. Freaked you out. I had to turn down the volume. Oh, sorry. You were probably turning it up going, what is he talking about? Am I not hearing it? You know what a jaw harp is. Absolutely. She's playing the instrument of mountain folk hillbillies. I mean, at least she's not playing. Never mind. She's got good jaws. Let's just put it that way. She's got really good jaws, and she's attractive. I mean, what's more fun than having an attractive woman that can put things in her mouth and make wonderful sounds? Hey, Wolfram, good to see you. Yeah, Downfall is a great movie. Yeah, that's the one that I played yesterday with the. I didn't realize this, but the guy that did the acting, he was a Swiss actor that was doing it in German. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Cultural appropriation. There's no such thing as that. Everybody has this idea of cultural appropriation. I don't get that. That was the other thing I watched yesterday was the Biden bonehead whenever he rolled into court. That was hilarious. I watched that. And I almost went live, but I was working. Biden shows in I was in court. So yeah, he showed up. It was completely Hunter Biden implodes when major whatever. Yeah, it was this surprise appearance that he showed up to a House hearing. That was their big thing. Do you know the guy who played as the Warlock in Warlock movies died? No, I had no idea. Damn. I like how it humanizes the enemy, which is rare to see. Yes. Well, it shows, that everything was not like suns and peaches and wonderful stuff. But yeah, so what was it? Like 20 hours ago, everybody was reporting on this. And of course, as soon as they just say MTG, like Miss Green, as soon as she started talking, he just walks out. It's like, and then she's like, "Oh, what a coward." You know how much newsworthy it was? And it was a show. It was all for show. He went on a hike and disappeared. Was found a few weeks later. Damn. Letters from Iwo Jima is really good, though. Yeah, Letters from Iwo Jima is really good. So that was let's see. Yeah. So they were trying to hold Hunter in contempt of Congress. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that this had happened because I'm sorry. Well,
Every time. Good morning, Chizzy.
good morning. Hey, at least I don't give you the really bad one.
Oh, I mean, it makes me laugh every time.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say I hope you laugh every time because I've got
I
one on here.
do.
I've got one on here that is even funnier. I want to have to load it up in here just for you.
Oh boy.
You know which one I'm gonna load up in there, don't you?
I don't know. The one with the cat crawling up that guy's leg?
No, this one.
The one with the black hair, is your name Emerson? Oh, that's weird. It's Emerson big old titties, you know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Come on,
Paris.
that's funny.
It is funny. Oh.
What the? No, really. Farrell and his Taz sound effect.
Hey, girl.
Megalo talk to strangers. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun stuff. So, did you see that yesterday with the Hunter Biden showing up to?
We didn't get to it yet. I was watching it with Crime Spies, but she was having some technical issues, so we're gonna do it this morning, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't give too much away. Let's put it this way: it's not really worth the whole watch.
Oh well, I'll probably fall asleep anyway, so
Yeah. Well,
that's
because basically you watch the short blurb of it and it gives you everything you need to know, because this is the way the Democrats and the Republicans in these little hearings, the way it works out is so Hunter basically shows up, which is a surprise because they're just like they gave him a subpoena. They wanted to have a meeting behind closed doors just to see if there was anything of substance that he has. This is not uncommon. You meet him behind closed doors. If you meet him out in the public, a lot of times they can just sit there and act a fool. And
that's what they were saying in the beginning, is he doesn't get to make the rules. He doesn't get to decide if it's going to be a public or a behind closed doors meeting. They do.
Well, exactly. And the way that these closed doors meetings work is basically it's sort of like a deposition. They're just wanting to get information. If they get information and they see that there's something worth bringing out to the public, then they'll bring that out and then they can move on from there. And they can even bring it out so everybody can ask questions and all this kind of crap, like open the doors to the thing. It would be not closed door at that point in time. Also, it doesn't become a political show for one side or the other. Really helps out. It's a really nice way of doing it. And so Hunter's showing up. They're just like, well, we could have him come up here right now. And she's like, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works. Right. Exactly.
And so basically all it was, the rest of the time was them saying, well, he's here right now. Why don't we bring him up? And them saying that's not how it works. That's I joked out for like almost an hour. That's all it was, because I was working and
literally everything before him showing up was this is not what we're talking about. Pass it over to the other guys. Oh, Trump this, insurrection that, blah, blah, blah. Like
Yeah.
everything except what they're there for.
Exactly. A bunch
Orange man
of
bad.
bellow stroking, and then I watched a little bit of Good Logic, which was hilarious because he was watching the other hearing, which was
Oh,
just
yeah.
as stupid and ridiculous. Watching these boneheads get up there, just
They're
like
all big old measuring contests. That's all they are.
exactly, and they're all short. Just so you know, they all fall short. They
Yeah.
got nothing. They got absolutely nothing. Good to see you. Good to see you.
I just got home from working all night long in the dark.
In the dark? Why were you in the dark?
Yes. Intel they have some big piece of equipment they were moving and they had to take down a power line that supplied us.
Oh, nice.
So I guess they paid us to do it. I don't know, but it was supposed to be on at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's still not on. Now they have, oops, forgot to mute my phone. Now they have an estimated 50% chance of being on by 8:30.
Nice.
So I guess they shift can deal with all that now. It was so cold in there. I'm glad it wasn't. We're supposed to be like below 0 next week, so I'm glad it's not next week, but it was still really cold in there.
Yeah, we're supposed to get down in the teens next week. I hate it. I hate the cold so much. Yeah, next week and that's like today is my last work day. I'm off work from Friday to Sunday. That's why I'm able to do like a lot of my streams and stuff like that on Friday nights, or
Right.
Friday during the day, stuff like that. I'm able to do a lot more and go a little bit longer. But I've got to clear out my entire office. Like I've got to,
Yeah.
because they're going to probably, my suspicion is they're going to have to come in here where my 3D printer is sitting. It sits on sort of a raised platform.
Mhm.
And my suspicion is they're going to have to actually go in there and pull that platform. And now I'm really curious. It's so weird because I didn't think about this before. Like the layout of my room is like an L shape. I'll show you. I'll pull up something here that might make a little more sense. Because I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, oh, I could just pull something up for this. Let me find a blank kind of page. What is that? No, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to pull that up. No. There we go. I can pull this up. This will be easier. Share this tab instead because
pulling it up talk.
Because this is basically my page. Does this picture freak you out? I'm just curious. Does this picture freak you out?
What was that?
What is it?
What is that? Gross.
Hold on.
And it just switches to you.
Yeah. Aaron, can you tell what that is in the corner? Or are you on your phone?
Hold
You can't
on.
really tell.
Hold on. I gotta make it full screen on the computer.
So this picture right here.
It looks like is it a dog cake? Oh, is it that like biscuit cake thing?
No.
Dog thing? Like,
no, it's a dog with his head turned sideways. You have to stare at it for a couple of seconds.
Now
to
I
get
see it.
Yeah, now you see it. When you first look at it, you're like, what the hell is that?
That looks gross. Well, have you seen those like I don't know, some kind of pastry dough and they made, I don't know if it was croissants or what, but they made dogs out of them and they look all weird.
Oh, that is
Somebody
weird.
posted it in our Discord, I think.
Okay, so I'll draw this out. This here is sort of this is just a rough drawing so you get an idea of the layout of my room that I'm in. Okay. So right here is where my desk is. Right. So there's, back here is where my amp would be. Got some guitars over here. Then over here, because my desk sort of comes out like this, got little monitors up here. I've got this platform that goes all the way around the wall here. Okay. This
Right.
is a raised platform.
And is it
And
built in?
well, what it is underneath this, there's like concrete. Like there's
Mhm.
raised concrete all up underneath this. That sort of, I think it goes off at an angle like that. And what they did is they basically built the platform up to capture some of the room back. My question is, because in the way that, and then there's like a hallway here, there's a like not a crawl space, but a room in here, and this is where like the furnace and the hot water heater are. Okay, and
Right.
then there's like over here, like this wall is the front of the house over here. That's all the front of the house. I'm wondering what is here.
Oh, yeah, what's in there?
I'm,
If you
I'm
can take that
curious.
out?
I hope so. I want to, because if they do
Right.
that, like if we figure out what's going on, because I have a feeling that the leak in the foundation is somewhere over in here, and
Right.
it's running out, and it filled this area up with water, and it soaked this whole area up over here with water, all the way down to here. So all of that is water.
Oh.
Here, I'll make it blue so that way it's more clear. So this whole wall right here has water, 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 and then over here, and I've got. I'll go back to the red for a second. So white, we'll just use white. So over here I have like because this is all carpeting, this whole area is carpeting. Right here I have a place where my chair sits on one of those plastic things because it won't roll on carpeting.
Right.
and
Yeah. My mom
and
had one of
so
those.
yeah, so we noticed that there was, and I didn't notice this until the other day, but there was water that had sort of formed here and then got up underneath the mat here. So I got all that
Huh.
sucked up. That was part of the
Right.
water I had to clear up. But after I did that, I went into, because there's another room, and I'll just use white because it's easy, or gray or whatever it is. So we have another room that's like right here,
Yeah.
that has a little opening, and there's a closet on the other side of the wall here. And it's an actual room. We have like a bed near, and workout equipment and stuff like that. And I had pulled everything that was in this area out and sort of set it in here. And then whenever I found this water, I went into the closet and was like, because she's got like blankets and stuff like that for this bed that's here, because it's like a Murphy bed.
Yeah. Oh, I love
And so,
Murphy beds.
well, this one is homemade, so it's basically just it's a pain in the butt. We're going to do like a we're actually going to, I'm going to build a trundle bed for this room right here. That's going to
Nice.
take it from a king size that we have in there that doesn't belong, to a queen size trundle, or king
Nice.
size. It'll be king size trundle. No, it'll be a king size trundle, which will be cool. But I noticed that there was a little bit of, I pulled everything out, and then the wife said that there was some water in here,
Oh,
like along the wall. So
right.
my suspicion is somewhere over here is where we've got water intrusion. More than
Right.
likely, because we're on a slope and everything sort of slopes this way,
Yep.
is I suspect it's somewhere in here that we've got water intrusion that's coming in through that backside. So there's a possibility they may have to excavate all of that entire wall out and reseal whatever the issue is.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be cheap, but that'll be
No.
insurance. That'll be
Right.
insurance that pays for it. So that's why I'm clearing everything out of this area, because I've got like my 3D printer sets here. I've got
Mm-hmm.
my computer that sits here. I've got like a couple of,
Yes,
I've got power
Paris.
supply. I've got like a couple of other things sitting here, like that like boxes and books and shit like that. And then I've got a cabinet over here that has all my 3D filament and stuff like that. And I've got to pull all of that out. I've got all of my guitars and basses hung on the walls all along this right here. So I'm going to have to pull all of those out. which I don't mind pulling the guitars and basses out of the way. I really just don't want to, have to pull them off the wall because I've got them on hangers on the wall.
Right.
Yeah. Murphy beds are the ones that fold up flush with the wall, sort of like a cabinet. Yeah. And I built this Murphy bed. So it looks pretty good.
Or they can be like I've seen them where you can buy them where they're not in the wall. They're just like in a cabinet and they come down. I love them.
Yeah, that's what she has. That's how ours
Yeah.
is. It's basically just a cabinet.
Right.
And built it out because the wife was like, the mother-in-law wants to have a king-size bed in here. Can you build this? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a cabinet, and there's a foam mattress and a what do you call it? A platform bed that fold up into it. Because
Right.
doing the traditional Murphy bed, there's not enough space vertically for it to be traditional because it has to have I think it's 8 feet for it to work. And this that particular spot is only like 7 foot, something like that. So you can't fit a traditional one in there. Yeah, king size bed. It's a king size bed.
Huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is enormous. And I built the headboard for it and all that kind of stuff. So.
Right, Eris? Here's a blanket. There's the couch.
Well, for a 70-year-old woman,
I suppose.
and her husband, do you really want to do that? Yeah. So there's that. But that's what I dealt with. So all of that water along that wall is what I've been sucking up for the past couple of days, just, because it'll continue to sort of seep in there. Oh, and then we've got more rain coming tomorrow.
Of course.
Of course. Not supposed to be as bad, but as I explained to the wife, I was
But
like, the ground is
already there.
saturated.
Yes.
It's already saturated. More than likely it's going to come right in and we're going to have more water intrusion. So
right. When are they supposed to come out?
They're supposed to come out Tuesday. The contractor and the adjuster is going to be out on Tuesday. Yeah, the freezing cold could make the damage even worse. Well, and initially it was just that we found a small leak in the roof.
Amen, Eris.
What was that? We didn't mention the husband. What?
No, she said they might like two twins over having to share a king.
Well, no, and that's the thing is two twins will make a king size bed. So they make those mattresses that basically fold out.
Right.
So the goal, yeah, I can actually show you. It's pretty cool. The goal that she wants to do. Oh, I even drew on this. Hilarious. Present share screen. And there we go. So the way that the trundle bed will work is pretty cool. So in the wall, you'll have like, damn it. Anyhow, so whenever it folds out, you'll have this sort of thing that looks like a bed, and it'll be on a platform, and then you can do your twins like this, and then fold up the twin over here, and then they'll basically be stacked, and they'll turn like into a couch kind of thing or chair. So basically, that mattress folds up on top of that one.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, and so I'm going to build that. Yes, but I don't even like sleeping with anyone anymore. People bother me. One bed for something, another separate beds for actual sleeping. What are you talking about? You talk about sex now? My gosh, so dirty. Does your policy cover the resultant damage? Yes.
I agree, Eris.
We've got $1,000 deductible, which is, pretty low. That's why you don't normally make claims. I mean, I think this is the first claim that we've made in ever. I think we may have made one in our old house just because we found some roof damage. But that was Jesus, that was over 20, almost 20 years ago that we even filed a claim. Well, okay.
I agree. I don't want to be touched in my sleep. Just get the hell away from me.
No, you do that anywhere you want. I mean,
Yep.
if it just happens to be a bed, all that much better for the back. You guys are hilarious, but definitely no one in bed when you're sleeping. Now, see, my wife likes to wake up in the morning and snuggle. That's what we'll call it.
Nope.
Snuggle, yeah.
Not me. You get the hell away from me. Leave me alone.
You've never been well, yeah.
I-
Whenever you
I'm
sleep,
like,
see, it
no,
doesn't
I
bother
don't
me.
cuddle anyway. Don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. No.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me because my wife is so light that whenever she crawls up on me, it doesn't even disturb me. Cuddle and watching a movie, whatever. Yeah, I understand that. No, see, I don't mind my wife. She'll a lot of times what she'll do is she'll just lay her head up on my chest and go to sleep because, well, it makes her feel comfortable. But she doesn't like getting all hot and and I put off, I'm like an oven. So she's just like, don't. She's the same way. Don't. All right, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some coffee.
Okay.
You cool with that? All right, cool.
I'm cool with that. What's up, Eris? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. I missed you. I was actually just thinking last night while I was working, I need to talk to Eris. KLI. Oh, I know. I can't stand being touched. No hugs, no cuddles, just leave me alone. It was not very fun. It was like for the first 2 hours, the emergency lights were on, so it wasn't horrible in there. But then after they go out, it is pitch black in there. And so they gave us headlamps to work with. So that was exciting. We were blinding each other all night long. And now who knows when it's going to come back on. So, but not my problem anymore.
No, I love the coffee in the morning. It's so good.
They don't use them, so it would take a lot of generator to run that building, so
What, they don't have a generator for your building?
no.
What the hell?
Very,
How big is this
very
building?
big.
Because most buildings have, like, in the back area, they'll usually have a massive generator system to
Nope, we don't have a
power up.
generator. They knew
This
it was
is-
coming, so because we knew it was coming, we were able to get reefer trucks to put stuff in, but then it ended up being longer than it was supposed to be. It was only supposed to be from midnight till 4, and now
And here it is
it's
going
now it's 8
6.
o'clock. Then no, it's 8
Yeah,
here.
almost 8.
So, and they said that it was like maybe a 50% chance by 8:30 they'd have it going.
Oh, I hate that. Hey, KLI, good to see you. And Moss, awesome. It's great, great people. Like, it's always wonderful to have this morning crew. I'm really enjoying this morning stuff.
Yeah, I am too, and more people are figuring it out. I forgot to share it actually. I hope Eris shared it.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
every
I
intention on joining yesterday morning, and I got home. I'm like, that first night back to work, I'm so dead when I get home. So
Don't ever worry about it.
I know.
No, and I appreciate it. Like, it's awesome having stuff to, like, bounce stuff off of. But I mean, I think I can run a show by myself.
Oh
I hope I
yeah, you
can.
did good. I just literally like coming on here with you in the morning.
I
So
know, because
morning,
you're
Fed.
fun.
Yeah.
One of my friends, man. I like having my friends around. I do. It really, it makes
Yeah.
it enjoyable because you get that where you can sort of shoot stuff off of people
Yeah.
and they can tell you how stupid you are.
I miss streaming, but a lot of the streams that I like doing at like MGs and stuff, and you
Mhm.
and Jessa's in the evening, I just can't because of work, and so this works out really good for my time slot too.
That's
So
awesome. I like your time slot. That is. uh, Farrell gave me shit for not being here for her. I'm here for Farrell, and I'm here for Junior, never for Shizzy. I love it. Hey, Fed, what's up,
Infuse.
Fedorowski? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. No, it's this has been one of the more enjoyable parts of my morning because
Right.
it normally I would just go sit. I would sit at my desk for an hour, like reading emails for work. I bill
Right.
it later, but I was like, this is not doing me well, and then
Mhm.
finishing up at like 4 or 5 o'clock. By the time I'm done, I've almost worked a 12-hour day, like been at my computer like almost 12 hours.
Right. Yeah,
And
normally I'm just sitting wondering what the heck I'm gonna do because nobody streams until like 9 o'clock.
isn't that weird?
So, and that's all I do now is work and watch streams and sleep.
Yeah, I feel like I actually cut back on the amount of streams I'm watching during the day, unless there's something that like catches my interest. Like I'll have it on in the background, but sometimes it can be really
Right.
distracting.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
for sure. That's why I can't like I still kind of try and listen to Friday Night Live, but the other ones, unless I'm not busy, I can't because my productivity slips like crazy when
oh
I'm
God,
listening.
I can only imagine. I
Like
honestly,
I find myself standing there not doing any work and listening because something interesting is happening or
yeah, and that's what the biggest part of some of that really gets to me. There it was. Now I found it. I I was looking for this.
I blame
But
Ricada because I didn't watch live YouTube until Rittenhouse.
that sounds about right for me also.
Yeah. Like
Because
I think I was like I would watch trials and stuff, but only on Law and Crime or in just have them playing or whatever. And that was the first like I realized that people do stuff like that.
yeah, I never, because I always thought that, because I didn't watch the Beast or whatever, Daily Mr. Beast, I guess is what everyone's like, oh, Mr. Beast. I was like, no. I do remember seeing Camelot before he started doing what he's doing now. Like whenever he was talking
Yeah.
about like was it GameStop? I remember seeing like his old stuff on that. I was like, holy crap, same dude. And
Well, I gotta go.
here,
I'll be right back. I gotta go
oh,
find
that's
this
cool.
alarm
I got
clock.
something I was going to bring up anyway, so that works out
Somebody's got
perfect.
an alarm going on a phone and I don't know where it is.
Ah, wake up. Why in the hell is it not coming up? This is so ridiculous. Have these? Yeah, I watched Camelot back in the day. Yeah, and I do not enjoy Camelot. Hey, no, that's each to their own. Each to their own, because that really is what makes it. That's what makes us all human. Is those little bits that you like things. So I definitely don't like Mr. Beast. What the hell? Why is this happening? Damn it! Crazy weird stuff.
What?
I'll show you. So I pulled up this press briefing. I watched this the other day. Because it was so bad. I mean, it was
Aren't
so
they all?
horrible. So she because she started talking about Biden's immigration program, and it's the Republicans' fault that it's not working.
What?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, it sounds par for the course.
And then of course, that was the main takeaway that I got from this particular one was she talked about Tyree Nichols, that Camel Toe went to go see go to Nashville for Tyree Nichols, or Memphis. I think she said Memphis, but I may have misheard it. She may have said Nashville, but these were Memphis police officers that killed Tyree Nichols, 5 police officers. And you have to listen to what she says. And in this context, realize that all 5 police officers were black. All 5 of them.
I don't
But
know who that is. I apparently missed whatever that news bite was.
well, yeah, Tyree Nichols was basically
I assume
beaten
a
to death
black
by these
man.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like droney footage of it or something like that, or helicopter footage of it? And has it been a hot minute since it happened?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since.
Okay, I think I did see some footage of that.
Yeah, it was in Memphis, and like the police chief lost his job over it, and blah 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 blah. You know, like, and it was just it's stirring the race bullshit, because it's like the disparity that black and brown people are suffering. And she had to really cage it and work her way around it, because it didn't quite fit the narrative that 5 black men killed another black man. It really doesn't fit the narrative. Well, it's just like, well, we're working with getting police officers better trained. Yeah, that's what it is. I was like, so you're switching the narrative.
Always.
Biden
Always.
announced that a record-breaking 20 million Americans have enrolled in healthcare coverage through.
Isn't that wonderful? 20 million Americans. And how many
Yeah.
Americans are there? I mean, you're not even talking about the population of Detroit. Right?
I don't know. I don't know what the population of Detroit is.
Or Michigan or whatever. I mean, that's not even the population of a state. I mean, there's 15 million just in Atlanta alone.
Through the Affordable Care Act. This is yet another major milestone in his work to lower costs for families across the country and expand access to quality, affordable health care.
I love watching
in
these
addition
people.
to record-breaking enrollment for
fun
health
watching
care
them on
coverage through the
double speed.
ACA, thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, which every single Republican member of Congress voted against.
Of course.
We took on
as
Big
they
Pharma,
should.
and we won. And here are a couple of things that we were able to do. Cap the cost of insulin at $35 for seniors, allow Medicare to negotiate lower prescription drug prices for the first time ever, and save millions of
Those.
Americans an average of $800 per year on their health insurance. This collective work
Wait.
matters, and it
Wait.
is changing.
Stop. 800. That's it? $800 a year on their health care insurance?
I wish.
Really? She's brave, stunning, and beautiful. And a retard too, but that's okay. I mean, brave, stunning, beautiful, retarded, all falls in. I mean, I got nothing. I personally have nothing against her. I could really care less.
Right.
I just thought it was funny that oh, here we are. Well, we saved Americans $800. How did you save us $800 again? Like,
Yeah, say me no $800.
jack up my prices, jack up my rates, and then give me some of that back. Is that what you consider
Yeah.
saving? It was mine in the first
It
place.
is. It is. It's kind of like a woman shopping. If
Yeah.
I don't buy it when it's on sale, I'm basically losing money.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't care less, Shizzy. That's awesome. Yeah.
Lives. President Biden knows that access to care can mean the difference between life and death, and hope is
Oh,
here, and it is exactly.
and she also went into, we lowered the price for insulin down to $35.
oh, what a novel idea.
Well,
It's almost like somebody did that before you.
I know every single thing that they're talking about was already done.
And then you
Right.
wiped it out day one.
Day one. How many executive orders did he sign day one? I don't
All
even
of
think he
them.
read them. He was just like,
Yes.
like he had a stack. It was just like every single thing that Trump did, we're going to wipe it away like it never happened. Well, it's like, that's not how you do shit.
Well,
I
it
mean,
is
Trump
now.
throughout the good with the bad. I mean, every single president, and their staff and all that kind of stuff, every single one of them has passed something that's helped benefit the country. And you don't
Right.
have to get rid of everything. You just get rid of the things that don't work and don't make sense.
And he did, and now look at Eris. His goal was to undo everything Trump did, and he is accomplishing that.
Yep.
And we're paying the price for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why he continues to fight to ensure everyone.
That was a hilarious
can
stop in our
access the
mouth, though.
care
It was all
they deserve. I also want to say a word about a tragic anniversary and new actions by the DOJ today.
Here it is.
1 year ago today, President Biden joined many other Americans in outrage over the brutal murder of Tyree Nichols. Vice President Harris traveled to Memphis, Tennessee to attend the celebration of life for Tyree, where
okay. So why didn't Biden?
He couldn't find the airplane.
Well, he has a hard time walking across the grass. Might be
And
cold.
walking
might be
into the
wet.
airplane.
Oh. He looks like a puppet whenever he walks.
Well,
Like, somebody's picking up his feet. You've seen it. I expect him to break out and start going, doing the puppet sex or something like that.
Oh God.
America, fuck yeah.
she mourned with his family, and after being called to the pulpit, spoke about everyone's right to public safety and right to live free from violence. Mr. Nichols' death.
Exactly, Eris.
Mm-hmm. He is a puppet in every sense of the word. Exactly.
Served as another painful reminder of the profound fear and trauma that Black and Brown Americans continue to experience across many communities. As the president said,
there it is. The race thing. The race thing. Not as a human being.
Are we finally talking about Black and brown violence on Black and brown people by Black and brown people?
No.
Okay.
Now it's the police. It's the
I forgot they lose their. Okay, got it.
Yeah, as soon as you lose the narrative, you have to switch up.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the fun of it. I mean, that's the politics of it. As soon as you lose the narrative, then you have to change it up, and it's somebody else's fault. Not that he was, doing stuff.
For sure, mass is we're just gonna have it shoved right down our throats so hard for the next 11 months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Aris, and that's the hardest part that these people don't that they have learning is Black and brown. You know what? Fuckers learn your history, real history. Irish immigrants were less than slaves. Exactly. There's a reason why my grandmother lived in the Appalachian Mountains. Okay. Racism is real. Don't you? Have you ever heard of Juicy Schmooey? Tragic. So tragic. Yes. MAGA countries.
Yeah. This is MAGA country.
It's MAGA country. I mean, because you can always, you can always tell whenever these stories are made up and bullshit. It's because if the narrative comes out, you have to sort of pay attention to it, and you get more in tune with it. Like with this horrible shooting that happened in Iowa. You notice how that
Gone.
disappeared. Well, why did that disappear? Well,
it's a mystery.
It's a mystery. I wonder if Barron hangs out with Don Jr. and Eric. Man, I would bet that Barron like towers over both of them.
Oh, he does. Did you see him there was something he was at? Oh, maybe it's been a year or so ago now.
Yeah, he's only like what, 15 or some shit like that.
And Barron was there, and he just towers over his dad.
Yeah, and Trump's not short. What is Trump, like 6'2", 6'3", something like that?
Yeah, he's 6 something, and Barron just towers over him.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Did they break his legs and add extensions to it or something? Race relations were doing well until Obama showed up.
Barron is 6'7". His dad is 6'3".
Okay.
Eric's 6'5".
Yeah, so he is towering over all of them.
Yeah. That was the first time I'd seen him in years and years, and I was like, holy.
Hunting Fox's old school British style. Love it. So here's the thing. Race relations were doing well until Obama showed up. Not really. I mean, everyone likes to think that, but there's always been issues with race relations. I mean, we're talking since America was founded. There's always been issues. And it's not the people that have the issues. I mean, they make it where the people have issues, but it's the politicians that cause this crap. You know, from the time that we got here to the time that forever that's going to happen, whether you come from a different country, a different culture, a different place. It's not really about the color of the skin. It's more about a different culture, a different viewpoint, that these people will have an argument, and politicians will find a way to make sure that argument happens, whether it be that the Catholics versus the Protestants, or one country being better than another, or, you know, my Spanish is better than your Spanish, or whatever it might be. We're more Spanish than Spanish. Who the fuck cares what it is? It's always the other. It has the politicians use it to pit us up against one another. And it's not about race. It's about other. And I think that's the biggest problem that we have in the world, is it's about the other. If you think about it, what race are you if you're Middle Eastern?
Middle Eastern? I don't know.
And yet they're killing each other off left and right in Israel just because of a different religious belief.
Oh yeah. So
I mean, do you think that there's this war that's being fought over in between Ukraine and Russia, that they're a different race?
No, I mean they're
different cultures.
Yeah.
They're others. And it's hard to do in the United States because we are such a big melting pot of different cultures, of different races, of different backgrounds, of just completely a big melting pot. And generally, we all can get along. I mean, you saw what happened during 9/11, how many people came together in New York.
Yes. That's I love that. Saw a thing one time that said live like 11/12.
Yeah.
Because everybody was just so many flags everywhere, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, everybody cared about each other. And that's what politicians do not want. People like Jean-Luc Picard here, she doesn't like that. She hates that. She hates that most people really don't care if you're homosexual. Most people don't care. They don't. If you're a transvestite, they really don't care.
No.
The only time that they care is whenever you start messing with their kids. Then mama bears come out.
But they
And
want
then
you to think that everybody cares and
they
that
really
they hate
don't.
you. They hate you for being that way or for
Being
supporting
an
that.
other.
Or,
They,
yep.
and the Republicans are no different in this, because they come out and they say, well, you hate us because we believe in God, we believe in Christ, or whatever it might be, and they separate us into these others instead
Yeah.
of realizing that we're all Americans, that we all have different beliefs, we have different core values, but yet we can sit down at a table and have a conversation that doesn't involve like killing each other. We're capable of doing that. This country has some of the greatest capabilities of compassion, and the politicians are the ones that bring out all the hateful bullshit, and we need to get away from that. It
Yeah.
needs to go away. The whole well, these people are not, they're disparaged against. Well, then fuck them. Don't care.
Yeah.
If you're being disparaged against, those people rise up eventually and fight for what they need. It's like, you don't need me to go out there and stir up shit for you, Mr. Politician, because that's what it is. Mr. Politician wants me to go stir up shit for them. They want me out there protesting. They want me out there walking into a government facility carrying a flag. That's what they want. They want that. They want me to do that, because
Yeah.
if I do that, it means they have a reason to take away my rights. And as I had friends that were talking about going up for Trump's speech on January the 6th. That's what they were just like, oh, I totally want to go do this. I want to go check this out. It'd be great seeing the last speech that he's probably going to be doing until he's going to do his next thing or whatever. I was like, I'm not. No, I refuse.
Yeah.
I
I
warned
have
him. I was like, do not go.
friends that were there. They were at the Capitol when it all went down.
Yeah. I was like, don't go. There's no reason for you to go there. Well, this might be the last time that we get to see him. I was like, that's what they're hoping for. That's what these
Yeah.
politicians are hoping for. They're hoping that you show up because it gives them a reason. It gives them a reason. Just do it. That's all they're doing. They're just sitting there going, just do it. Please, please, please. We will open the doors for you because we know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Divide and conquer. Exactly, Wolfram. That's what it is.
That's I think when we were watching the congressional hearings yesterday, Lefty said, "Can you imagine what would have happened if they actually would have went there for what they said they went there for?"
Yeah.
It would have been a whole lot different.
I mean, and of course, you've got people like Epps that just gets a slap on the wrist and was there for January.
Yeah, what did he get? I heard he got something
He got
yesterday.
like 500 hours community service, a $500
Oh.
fine, and like some sort of probation. He won't serve any time in jail.
Well, he wasn't gonna get anything anyway but they had to do something because too many people found out what was up.
Yet there were people that were not even in the Capitol that are serving 20 years.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm serious. There's people
I know
that were never even in the Capitol that are serving 20 years.
You're right,
How is
Wolfie.
that?
Racism is just one of their tools.
Yeah, racism is that, and that's the biggest part of it. Like growing up, I had friends that were from the Latin community. I couldn't tell you if they were Puerto Rican or if they were Mexican or anything. I know that they were Latin. That's about as much as I could give. Growing up, we had a melting pot of different ethnicities, heights, ages. We were all a bunch of others.
Yeah.
I think I was the only white kid in the group, but we all got along. We didn't look at it like that. We would poke fun at each other, have fun. We would ride our bikes together. We'd go places together. We'd go play catch together, go to the library or go to school. And, that's just how we grew up. We didn't really think about it. As kids, we could care less. We would tell like horrible jokes to each other. We thought we had everything figured out, at 10 years old. How
Of
bright we were.
course.
We had girls figured out. Until we found out that, wow, they don't have a wiener like we do. What's up with that? How do they pee? My gosh, this is so disturbing. I have no idea. We're so confused. So you start seeing, because that's about the time you see that first Playboy. You're like, ooh, I'm excited, but I don't know why. Yeah, so
Somebody was saying the other day they're having to fight with their preteen boy about taking a shower, and they says, "Oh, just wait. One of these days he'll see a pretty girl, and then you won't be able to keep him out of the shower."
Yep. We jump in there all the time. It's like, yeah, divide and conquer is something that these folks like, and that's basically what she's doing here. Is
Real and lasting change will only come if we can take action to prevent tragedies like this from ever happening again. Today, the Department of Justice is issuing a new guide for states and localities to help ensure that specialized crime units, like the one involved in Tyree Nichols' death, are thoroughly accountable to the communities they serve. This guide builds on the
one. Here's the other thing. It's like there was out of the 5, I think a couple have pled guilty, but they haven't even concluded the trial yet. Like it hasn't even gone to trial.
Jeez.
December 9th, I think, was the last time they had something. I think that got like pushed forward. So that should be coming up also. Are you serious? No, they can't. I mean, they can have my wiener. Like,
I don't think those are the girls you want to have your wiener.
well, then those wouldn't be girls. Those would be dudes. I can't be confused like that easily. So he will learn why it's okay that Anna Kournikova never wins a match. That's okay. Still fun to watch, especially when she was younger. I mean, she was fun to watch. Saying, and of course, what is she now? Like 40 or something like that. When she was in her 20s, she was pretty smoking.
What's wrong with 40?
actions this administration has already taken to advance.
What's wrong with 40? I don't know. I was just throwing it out there. I don't know how old she is. I honestly don't know. She could be like in her 20s now. See, I just don't pay attention to tennis as much as my wife does. My wife could probably tell you how old she is. But my wife like wants to go like to Wimbledon and that kind of stuff.
She is 42.
Damn. That was just a rough guess. Like 20 years ago, she was pretty smoking. Like,
I think she still looks pretty smoking.
Probably. I mean, women, you go out and you like work out on a regular basis, it tends to make you look really good. It's weird how that works. Same way with you guys. If you're wondering, why do I got this extra 10 pounds and it's all in my gut and hanging over my belt? It's like, wow, less food, more exercise. It's weird how that works.
I decided that I don't need to actually work out when I go to the gym. If I just buy a Stanley cup and sit in the locker room with my phone taking selfies, that works too, apparently.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of them there doing it.
It's like, look at this. Ooh, let me give you the duck lips.
Yep.
It's like, here, breastages. Isn't this what you guys want to see? And that what you should get is a shirt that says something like, "You're not going to see my chocolate starfish on OnlyFans" or something like that. You just need to get a shirt like that. Or you can get one that has like an arrow that points across, that points to either side. It's like they show their asshole on OnlyFans.
I wear my MLS tank top most of the time.
I'm telling you, get one that says she shows her asshole on OnlyFans, and when you see them doing their little shot, you just sort of photobomb them where the arrow is pointing at them.
I think I'm gonna pass on that. Sorry.
It would be hilarious. Like photobomb. They don't even realize that they posted it on
Oh,
Instagram. People start seeing it.
mean girl. Good
You're back there
morning.
giving them a big thumbs up. Like she shows her asshole on OnlyFans and you give them a thumbs up. It shows up on Instagram and they don't even realize it's there. Their friends are
I
like, you
mean,
see what that girl's shirt says behind you?
I wear an MLS hood or tank top, so same message.
That's true. That's true. You're
I
only here
forgot.
for
I
boobs.
I promised him I'd be nice to him now, so I'm not supposed to say that.
Aw.
It's going to be a
Hey.
learning curve on that one.
Jamie Brookie Rail covered. No, I wasn't saying that she does. I'm saying that she like
I was
has the
telling him I found out I don't have to work out at the gym, Jamie. I just need to get a Stanley Cup and bring my cell phone for selfies.
Stanley Cup.
Yes. Have you
Is that
seen
something
those?
about that pink Stanley Cup or
Yes,
something
the
like that?
pink people were getting in fist fights over them. They're like $50+. Like some of them are like thousands of
$50
dollars. People are
for a
reselling them
cup?
for thousands of dollars. Yes, it's
What is it about
ridiculous.
this cup that's supposed to be so special?
Okay, so they had this ad or something, or somebody made a TikTok, I don't know, about a house fire or a car fire, and the Stanley Cup survived, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's stupid. It was probably fake, but people are going crazy over it.
Okay, so I don't get into this cultural appropriation shit.
No, I am not being nice to B. I don't think I was ever not nice to him though, but I have to be nice to David.
You don't have to be. I mean, it's helpful. It's
Well, I
helpful.
told him I would be.
Well, okay. So you'll only give him like 9 lashes instead of the 30. Some girls think their ass is too big. Some think their ass is too small. Others say they love him no matter what. I love it.
I just
That's right,
I
Hal.
li-
That's a good way of looking at it.
I literally just had a Facebook memory pop up. Let's see if I saved it. I think I did.
Facebook memory. You know how many Facebook memories I
Yes.
have? I remember not logging into Facebook for like 4 years. That's my Facebook memory. Serious.
I go on there and look at memories. I still use it for talking to family.
I
The
used to
words,
do
they
that.
quit.
Like, what was it? I want to say it was 20. No, it was probably about 15 years ago that I stopped looking at it. Like, I think maybe every 4 years or something like that, I may pull it up because I'm like, oh, I wonder what my old bandmates are doing or some crap like that, and see them like enjoying their life and doing wonderful things. And I'm just like, oh, that's sweet. They're still on Facebook. I don't know. I honestly don't post anything on Facebook. I haven't posted on anything on Facebook in probably 4 years because that's about the last time I was on there. Yeah, about 4 years ago. That's whenever one of my old bandmates told me that he was chopping his junk off. So that's a weird conversation.
I read it. I've been hearing a lot lately about bleaching my butthole. So do you just dump the bleach over his head or you make him drink it?
Seeing you being nice to David. Oh, no, David's good. David's good.
Oh, she's talking about because he wore the costume. He told me I had to be nice to him. I gave him a week and it was freaking everybody out because
Oh, well,
I was very, very nice to him.
like overly nice.
Oh yes. Obnoxiously nice.
Stanley's are a ripoff because there's so many cheaper dupes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
got
and
I've got the what do you it's the same thing that I use for my the Yeti. I've got a Yeti. So
Well, and you don't have to have a. You can go buy a $10 cup at Five Below or something, and
oh
they
yeah,
work just as good. Like
but
all these,
see, all
apparently
right,
they keep ice in them for 48 hours. Well, if you need to keep ice in your water, you're not drinking enough dang water.
exactly. Well, here's the thing. So this here's a Yeti like koozie.
Oh, koozie. Yeah, we have
Yeah,
some of
so
those.
this comes in really handy because like if I'm at, streaming or something like that, I can like have a cold beer and put it in there and not open
Right,
it because, I don't want to sit there and like pound beers. So like last
right.
night I had a beer and I mean, I finished it was a 3-hour stream before I even got close to finishing it.
Yeah, we like them for camping too, because
Yeah.
you're out in the hot sun and your drink stays
Yeah.
cold. So
Well, and yeah, sure, you can keep ice in there for 36 hours or whatever. Not that you have to, but you know, if you're out and about, might as well have something that is going to keep it cold.
now
Mm,
I love it.
mm.
Last summer, I was out with the girls and someone yelled at them nice ass. She said, "Sweetie, they like you."
Yep. Exactly. That's the kind of stuff my wife says to me all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think they were talking about me. I think they were talking about the dog or something. She was like, "You're not funny." Yeah, I have a way of sucking the wind out of a room sometimes. It sounds dirty. That just sounds dirty. That means
Effective and accountable policing, including requiring that federal law enforcement agencies ban chokeholds, restrict no-knock warrants, and contribute to a newly established database for federal law enforcement police misconduct. In addition to today's
well, and that's not a bad thing to have. And I agree with her on that. Police misconduct have a database of it that spreads out across all information. Where because a lot of times police officers they'll do bad things in one area and they'll get in
Yeah.
trouble and then they'll go to another area because it's just like, yeah, we're gonna have to fire you over this. But if that's in a database, that one was not a joke. Well, I know it wasn't a joke, but it is funny. Is that having that kind of database really helps out. So you don't end up with someone from say Boston that goes to Minnesota that was a bad cop in Boston and like was beating people down. Like you have a national database like that that sort of keeps these cops on the straight and narrow. You'll find a lot less
Yeah.
bad cops, and that's what we need. It's not the good cops that are out there doing their job like as they should. It's the ones that are not the crappy ones that shine a bad light on everybody.
DOJ guide, the president is continuing to urge Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act to advance
We don't need that. You want to know what George Floyd justice would be? To not try pass counterfeit, to not be high on drugs. That would have been wonderful. Those would have been wonderful things. But that's not what they're going to talk about. So you want justice for George Floyd? You really want justice for George Floyd? I agree. It was a horrible way that he died. But you want real justice for George Floyd? Then stop doing the bullshit that you're doing in your cities to these young men because you're destroying them. Federal government, you're destroying young men. You're
Yeah.
destroying young women. You think it makes it easier for George Floyd to, hold down a job whenever he's got drugs that are just screaming across the border? You think it makes it
Yeah.
easier for George Floyd to get a fair trial whenever you've handicapped all the cops and then all you have is shitty cops? Because, it's much easier to have a fiery, peaceful protest and then try to lie to everybody and say there's nothing to see here. You know, like
Right.
like
Right. Well, if we agree.
at any point during that day, things could have gone differently.
Yeah.
Any point during that day, any point.
It-
I mean, he was nodding off in his car. That's how high he was. He was nodding off in his car. But they don't talk about that. The only thing that you
Well,
see is some dude with
that
his
that
neon.
doesn't fit the narrative. Nobody's gonna go burn down a city for that.
Like I said, our government wants us against each other. They want us hating each other. I have no hate for George Floyd. I have hate for the situation that he was put in because of all that crap. That's what I have a problem with.
Oh my
And
goodness.
and makes everybody hate one another. George Floyd was no saint at all. Are good things going to come out of this for politicians? Oh fuck yeah! All kinds of good shit came out of this. Do you think Jean-Luc Picard gives one shit about George Floyd? Honestly,
No, none
I
of
mean,
them do.
for one, that's not her speed, because he's a black man. She could care less about black men. She really could care less about black men.
Nobody cared about him.
No,
Nobody. They didn't BLM, none of this stuff.
nope.
I'd say the only person that I saw that gave 2 Fs about him was Candace Owens. I watched her documentary that she made, and when she went and talked to his roommates, she's the only one that helped them with anything. And if you actually gave 2 Fs about him, those are the kind of people that you would be helping.
Yeah, Fed's right here. I actually dislike people like him who put a gun to the tummy of a pregnant woman. I really do. It has nothing to do with his skin color.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, it has nothing of that has anything to do with skin color. If you're a shitty person, you're a shitty person.
Yep.
I don't care what color you are.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the biggest part about it. He was definitely not a saint. He wasn't a good person, but they make him sound like, oh, it was the system that it was the system that destroyed him. It was a system that you put in place that destroyed him. It's your political bullshit that destroyed that man.
Right.
Because at any point in time in his entire life, he could have stopped. He could have changed. He could have turned that shit around. I mean, I think about what the kind of person I was before I met my wife. Oh man, I was wild. Just like out of control wild. Still within the bounds of legal, but at any point in time, I could have crossed that threshold and done shit illegal. There were
Right.
times that I was broke, like seriously broke.
Mm-hmm.
Times that I lived off of ramen noodle for months at a time.
I love ramen.
Yeah, but if that's all you eat, I mean, I
Right.
worked delivering pizzas and made more money than some of the people I was delivering pizzas to.
Right.
Isn't that weird? Oh, that poor St. George Kirby, Nancy Pelosi, probably. Yeah.
Accountability,
What
transparency,
was the
and
other
public trust
part that she
in
was talking about?
drones,
Oh yeah.
anti-ship cruise missiles, and an anti-ship ballistic missile into the Red Sea.
Oh yeah, they were back on that stuff again. So they were talking about the Houthis, that they actually went in and fired some shit back at them and said, you know, to stop. Which I had to look up to figure out what was going on with the Houthis. So basically, the Houthis are a tribe. They're a very radical tribe. It's the name that the rest of the world has given them, the Houthis, because they're following somebody that's dead, like Raid Shad Houthi or something like that is his last name. So everyone, just to shorten it up, they call them the Houthis. But it's hard to fight the Houthis because the Houthis are a bunch of like smaller tribes that are all together. Like they fight together, but they don't stay together. Not like this big force army, sort of like American Indians, you know, back in the day. You know, the Indians, where they were a bunch of smaller tribes, but they all hated the white man, kind of thing. I mean, we'll trade with them if we can, but yeah, it was really about all this whole press conference was just a bunch of hooey, you know, and Jean-Luc dickhead here. She was, you know, wanting to, because they brought up something about about Biden, what was he doing about this, his chief of staff not being there and all that kind of stuff. It was just like, man, if you've ever been in the military, you understand that, you don't always have to have every single head of that department there. You've got deputies that can do it. So they were pretty much following the right path on that. So I think I've rambled on enough. You don't have to pull out a package and add water. You can just add some veggies. It makes it more delicious, more healthy. So what I would do with ramen noodles, is I would buy like a pound of sausage or some ground beef or something like that. Maybe some fajita meat, which you can get for like
Mhm.
a couple bucks, a pound or something like that. This is back in the
Right.
80s and 90s would have been the 90s. So, and you can cut some of that stuff up. You can freeze some of it. And then just throw a little bit in the skillet, add some spices to it or whatever. And, I would do it like with sausage. I would make like meatballs and maybe get some shallots, scallions or white
Mhm.
onions, and cut those up and add that stuff to it. Throw in some peppers, that would get added to it. Maybe carrots or potatoes or whatever the hell I felt like throwing in there, whatever was really inexpensive. I mean, you'd be surprised at stuff that you can add to ramen,
Right. Yeah, you can
and
dress it up.
have a decent meal for, because the ramen you could get like a 20 pack for like $1 or some crap like that. $10. It
Right.
was
Yeah,
like,
there's still only like 3 something.
yeah, for like a bunch of them.
Right.
And all you're doing is you're adding like some sort of protein or veggie or whatever you want to with it. And it was awesome. I remember when
I
we
know,
finally
that's
ate
I
them.
love them, but, they're not on my diet, so I have not had ramen in a long time.
Yeah, I pretty much avoid that. I mean, whenever you're in your 20s, eating ramen is pretty damn easy. That was the other one, because I saw this particular one on the Twitters, the X or whatever the hell they call it. I actually bookmarked it, and I thought it was so funny that this poor girl is so clueless of, and she's right in a way, but she is completely clueless. And I'll pull it up here because, I mean, right there we go, and present share screen, because I laughed my ass off on this one here. So this girl, you've probably seen this. This girl is complaining that she can't make ends meet. All right. One, she's in a car. Okay. That's not a cheap car. That's a pretty nice car she's in. Number two, she's got some sort of cell phone.
Right.
That's quite a bit, which means she has a cell phone plan, which means she's paying probably a good chunk of money. And then she also has her TikTok account.
I've met all my wants, but I can't
She's
meet my needs.
she wears makeup, of course, which is fine. You can still do that on the cheap. But just listen to her rant.
I cannot stand how the news has been dogging Gen Z and calling them lazy for not wanting to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of their lives.
That's life right there. That is life. You're going to work 9 to 5 the rest of your fucking life. And there's not going to be anything left over for you at all. Good luck. That's how it works. Sorry, sweet cheeks. You're gonna hate it the rest of your life. If you, and she'll realize at some point in time that you could have roommates, which I mean, whenever I was her age, I had no less than five roommates.
And I know what she's gonna have to worry about next probably is finding a new job, because Walmart ain't gonna take too kindly to her wearing her vest and badge while she's doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But Walmart may or may not ever see it. Spoiled brat makes helicopter parody.
All it takes is one person to send it in, and you sign on when you sign that line and accept your job offer, they can fire you for that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it in perspective for everybody who's a little confused here, okay? I work 5 days out of the week.
That's it. So you work 5 days out of the week. I work 5 days out of the week. But outside of those 5 days out of the week, I also do streams. I also build stuff around the house. Like, like this weekend we'll be tearing a whole fucking room apart, basically, is what I'll be doing. But if I wasn't doing that, I would be out in my garage building shit.
Yeah.
Stuff that my wife wants. She would have to pay a hell of a lot more money to do. Yeah, 5 whole days. I worked for Geek Squad for a period of time, and there was a guy, because Geek Squad was owned by Best Buy, or the rights to it. I was one of the guys that would show up at your house and, little tie and everything. I still have my badge around here somewhere. It's hilarious. They called us double agents, is what they called us, which is hilarious. I have to be careful showing that because it gives my employee ID and all that kind of stuff. So I have to be, I can cover
Right.
that stuff up, but it's a solid badge. I mean, it's made by same people that do like the Chicago Police Department's badges and stuff like that. I mean, it's a hefty thing. You wouldn't want to get hit with that thing. It would hurt. But I would work anywhere between 60 to 70 hours a week easily. And the boss man got upset because all of the overtime, and said that I had to keep it below 35 hours a week. So I was like, really? Okay. So in 2.5 days, I would be done. And then I would cancel everything past that. Like I would get my 35 hours in, and then I would shut everything down, and I would send a message out that I was off the clock, and they would have to send it out to somebody else. And he lost his shit over it. He was just like, I'm getting calls that you're not showing up to jobs, and you had these scheduled and then you're canceling them. I was like, because you told me I couldn't work more than 35 hours. Oh, you could drive your car and eat lunch at the same time. I was like, that's not how it works. That's labor law right there. And also,
Right.
if you look in our little manual that they give us, this little rule book that we have to follow that gives us the guidelines and protocols of what they want us for Geek Squad. We can't do certain things. One is eat in the car. 2, smoke in the car. They don't want you doing any of that stuff because you're not the only one using it. I mean, it's okay if you're like having a candy bar or something, but they don't want you like eating a hamburger while you're driving. That's not what they want you to do. So, they wanted us to take, an hour break for lunch. Seriously, an hour break for
Right.
lunch, a break in the morning, break in the evening. Me, I would end up taking probably like 4 breaks because I was working so many hours. And a lot of times I would bring food with me to a job and try to get there early so I could, sit, take a break, and eat, clock out, whatever. But yeah, they would get moved, they would get bent out of shape. It was just like, well, that's how it goes. That's all she has to do. Go get a second fucking job. You don't like the amount of hours, go get a second job. Build up your skills. She has no
Right.
skills in the workforce. None. Zero. Because if she had some skills, she would, what is she, fresh out of high school?
Probably.
Maybe going to college. Well, get a fucking degree. Get a trade skill. Get trained up on it. Become a manager. My what is it?
Well, she might be one. I'm trying to see what her yellow badge says. She might actually be a manager, which
Yeah.
makes perfect sense at Walmart.
Well, one of my, what is it, steps, whatever. She was working at Starbucks, and at 16 or something like that. By the time that she finished college, she was still working at Starbucks, and now she's a psychologist. Not a psychiatrist, but a psychologist. She went and got a degree, and now she makes pretty decent money. But it wasn't overnight. She took her time, and she could
Right.
have stayed at Starbucks and been making, well, at least 5 figures, like high 5 figures. I think whenever she
Yeah.
left, she was making somewhere around 60 or 70,000 a year. Whenever she
Nice.
left, she was doing well. I mean,
40 hours a week.
this girl
okay?
doesn't know.
I do not make enough to live on my own. I would not make enough to pay rent.
Good. You shouldn't. At your age, you shouldn't.
Listen, depending on where she lives, as far as entry level, no education, no nothing jobs, Walmart pays pretty darn good.
Yeah. Like
15's a minimum.
if you want to save some money, stop eating out every day.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of these same people, they'll eat out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They go out and party with their friends on the weekend. Nobody wants to live with her. Get some fucking roommates. You know, if your biggest complaint is that you can't live on your own, well, then suck it up, buttercup. Have some roommates for a few years until you can actually save up to buy your own home.
Right.
I mean, with me, mommy and daddy weren't coming to help me. I was on my own at 16. There was no calling mommy, daddy that, oh, I need some help. I was like, no, you're on your fucking own. Figure it out, or you're going to be sleeping in a sleeping bag in Central Park somewhere.
Water, electric, and eat. All by myself. I would not be capable of doing that.
Yeah, you
20
can.
years.
Yeah, you can. You can totally do it. You can turn off the heat at your place. You don't have to have a TV. Well, seriously, what do you, how much electricity do you use up if you don't have a TV? Turn off all your lights. Turn your thermostat down. You can save a lot of money. Cook for yourself. Make sure it's gas appliances. Gas is going to be cheaper than electricity anywhere.
Years ago, when you were getting started, you could live on your own.
Nope, I could, but that was only because I worked oil field. So I was able to do that. You know, that I was making whenever I stopped working oil field, I was making 6 figures.
That's awesome,
And,
Susie.
yeah, and you know, you had your first mortgage at 24. I had to sacrifice a lot. Hell yeah, I love that. What is that? My high school had a program that actually paid for me to go to beauty college. I was licensed in cutting hair by the time I graduated. I've been cutting for 18 years now. That is awesome. And that's what we need more of.
Yeah.
Like
more hand jobs.
More hand jobs. Exactly. More hand jobs, as Mo would say.
20 years ago, when you first started, you were able to do everything that I am now struggling to do.
No.
No.
Here, let me tell you, sweet cheeks. You know what it was whenever I went to workforce? You want me to tell you what minimum wage was whenever I went into workforce? And this is all they had to pay you? It was less than $3 an hour.
Yeah.
I remember when minimum wage went to $3.20.
She wants, this is what my mom always said. This is the problem with today. Girls her age, well, humans her age, want what their parents have right now.
Exactly.
Their stuff their parents worked their entire lives to get. They want it right now. They want that standard of living that their mom and dad have in their home right now.
Yes.
And that's exactly what she wants.
She wants what Gen Z has right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she wants, or Gen X. It's one of the two. I think it's Gen
Z.
Z.
Whatever. I'm Gen FU.
Yeah, I'm such a boomer. Gen X something, I don't know. Like I'm like right on the that.
I'm right in between two of them. I can't remember what they call us.
In the in between.
I don't even know.
I don't know. My wife was the low end of the Gen Z. Oh my God. There is only one way that we can ever really, truly. I'm
scared.
Oh, you're scared. You better be scared, sweetheart. Because there's something I got to do. As soon as I find it, it is pretty awesome. Let me see where it is.
My muscles are getting bigger. Oh, yes, the muscles. The muscles are getting big from the pump.
Baker!
Oh, Baker! Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, just sitting here waiting for if the court goes live for the case I'm going to cover. And then I heard this lady. I just did the math. I got $250 a month from my baking job.
Mm-hmm.
No, $500 a month. Remember, I have to pay 40% taxes.
Right.
I got up at 3:30 the first year I was in. Hey, KLI. The first year I was an apprentice, I got up at 3:30 to be in the bakery at 4. I had hard manual labor, 8 hours a day. We work a 37.5-hour work shift in Denmark. On the paper, most of my breaks were sitting on we have these big boxes where you have flour and sugar and stuff in that. You sat on those while you were watching the oven, ate a piece of bread, works this full time. I had 2 herniated discs when I was 28 because my back was broken by working hard.
Yeah.
And she's saying we got everything for fucking free. When I was leaving school, because I have writing dyslexia. I don't have reading dyslexia. I have writing dyslexia. I was told you can't be anything other than just work with your hands, and you can't go to high school. You can't go anywhere. Just go out and get a hand job. So I went and got a hand job, and I'm
It's
happy that I got a hand job. Hand jobs are great.
yes, hand jobs are wonderful, and
Yeah.
I think that more people should go and get hand jobs.
Yeah, and yeah, Snafu. If I knew anything like a back brace existed, and I have a crooked back from the beginning, so that's why I get herniated disc easily. But that myth that today's kids have it so hard, and it's so sad for them. Again, which phone did she tape this on?
Yeah.
Which car is she sitting in? When's the last time she done her makeup? I don't know, ladies, but Farrell, does she have filler in her underlips, the lower lip?
I don't know.
No,
That's a
those could be.
question
She
for
is young.
Jamie.
She is young. Those could be natural, but it does look like she needs to go back into the hairdresser and get her roots dyed. Either that, or she needs to stop dyeing her roots black because she's got beautiful blonde hair. One of the two.
Yeah, but I just hate. I have 2 young girls, probably the same age as this one, 20 and 22. I told them when they were beginning to look at what education should they have, and that's around the time where all these woke feminist ideas became prevalent in the school system. I told them, no one in the world owes you anything. No one. You can get whatever you want if you work for it, but you have to work for it. My oldest daughter just bought her first house. She grinded out, got a education in as an office worker, works with taxes. The other one can't really figure out what she want to do. She works at a dive bar, very much to her dad's chagrin, but still, she pays her own rent.
Pays
She
her own
lives
way.
she lives by herself. She has her own money.
Yep.
The problem is they have an expectancy of life that's so unrealistic. I need high-speed internet. I need 2, 3, 4 streaming services. I need to be able to go out drinking every weekend. When I was 18, I put in my card in my ATM. It got declined because I had overdrafted it. Because back then we didn't have a limit on it, so I just used everything when I was out drinking. And I had to pay that off within the next half a year. So no partying for me.
Yep.
When I was a bit older, I was sitting having a part-time job as a baker, couldn't really get it to work. I called the military and said, "Do you need a baker?" And then I deployed for a year.
Yeah.
Because you have to do shit to get shit to work. And the biggest problem is anyone being built fed, that stupid idea that the world owes you. No. Yeah, at least if she worked hard for her money. And again, Farrell, close your ears. She's not a rocket surgeon. She's working at Walmart.
Yes.
It's a commendable job, but it's not a job where you need to be a rocket surgeon. You can work that. I could get a job at Walmart.
Yep.
With my
Yes,
baking background.
I could right now. I could quit what I'm doing. I could go back to work at the same dealership that I left, and be making a hell of a lot of money. They actually offered me a shop foreman position, And that doesn't come from me doing what I did for many, 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 many years as a mechanic. That doesn't happen overnight. You know, I would never have been offered that position 20 years ago. They would just look at me and just go, yeah, no. I mean, you're going to have to show a little bit more than that. I don't
Yeah.
want that position though. You know,
No, but
that's
again, it's the same. And as Fed said, yeah, just buy the cheapest beer. Yeah, I bought beer that was 50 cents a bottle. It tasted like piss, but I wanted the effect of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, it's the same with people who believe when you're monetized, you're going to be a millionaire on YouTube. No. And who is grinding more than anyone? Who gets up at 6 a.m. and starts his show? You do.
Yeah, you're up earlier than that. Well, if you even go to bed.
Well, that doesn't count.
No, and who stays up all night? MG.
Yeah.
It's you can get it if you grind. And again, it's if you go into this world as well, believing that anyone is owed an audience. I'm so annoyed because I have a stream set up for 3 minutes and I can't get a court feed. So because I want to get back in the court grind. So that's annoying to me because I know what it takes. It takes me sitting here for a whole lot of hours.
Yes.
And but they don't want to work. They haven't. When in Denmark we took away homework because it's not a teaching tool. No, it's absolutely not. You don't get better by multiplying 10,000 pieces at home, but you'll learn on Monday. You have to give it in. You have to show the teacher that you did your work, and that's what you're trying to teach them with homework. It's not that you get better at writing your ABCs. No, it's that you can meet a deadline, because when you get out of school, and like this girl who was told, no, you have to be here at 7:45, lady. Your shift starts at 8. You have to start at 8. Yeah, but Starbucks doesn't start till 8, and I need my mocha chaka macalata chaka. So I'll be there 8:15. No, you be unemployed.
That's not how it works. Did you call the court yet?
No,
here's
I didn't call it because I saw that the Law and Crime put it up this morning, so I thought it would be there. So yeah.
Well, and
Sorry.
here's, I mean, one of my friends. He's an accountant. He works for an accounting firm, and whenever he got this job, of course, you had some new people coming in and starting to work, and they would come in late and hang out, shoot the shit all day long, do very little work, and he's just sitting there doing his grind. And within a year, they had all new people. Like the people that he started with didn't work there anymore.
No,
because they weeded themselves out. They wouldn't do the work. Then they couldn't understand why they got fired. Well, it's like you show up on Monday morning an hour and a half late because you're hungover from getting too drunk on Sunday. It's like, why would I keep you here? You're not productive for me. As a business owner, I don't want you here.
We talked about my oldest daughter and I. I said, the best advice I can give you, and it might never ever get you anywhere. It's never be the girl that's 5 minutes too late. Always be the girl that's 5 minutes too early. They might never see that you're always 5 minutes early, but they will see the one time you're 5 minutes too late.
My son learned, don't work hard because he saw them take advantage of good workers. Well, and that's the thing. You only get taken advantage of so far. It's like you'll hear this saying, if you're in the military, don't volunteer for anything. That's bullshit. If you're in the military, volunteer for every damn thing. Every single thing. If you want to make military a career, you volunteer for everything. It's like, we're gonna do X, Y, or Z. I need some volunteers. You be the first one with your hand up. Because what happens is they realize that that's the little test. Is like, if you're the one that's sitting there hiding in the corner, that's where you're going to be. You're going to be hiding in the corner whenever shit has to be done. But if you show those leadership skills and you're actually saying, listen, I'll be there. I will be there no matter what. That's the people that they want to have in the military. It may be different now, but whenever I was in there, that's what they wanted. They wanted those people that were out there saying, "Listen, I will be there, no matter what. I'm in."
Yeah, and if you say yes 5 times, you can say no 4 times after that.
Yep.
Because they know, oh, shit, he's usually okay, let him take the weekend off. He's always here working. But
Right.
again, it's all about, and I talk about this so many times. I hate this new mentality. I hate this men versus female mentality. I hate the alpha male mentality. I hate the I'm deserving. No, at no time in history have the world been as educated, as wonderful a place to live as it is right now.
Yep.
Never. This lady have had more in her life than my parents had. My dad was born during the Second World Kerfuffle.
Yep.
My mom was born shortly after. They knew how to freeze in the winter. They knew how to go hungry. This lady, her biggest problem is, do I need 2 or 3 pumps of high sugar high corn
Fructose in my
fructose syrup in my $20 venti? No. Get the F out of there. If she could stop her little stupid TikTok because she thinks, oh, TikTok is what's going to pay my way. The average time for a streamer or content creator is between 3 and 5 years, unless you're on OnlyFans, then it's 1 year. But other than that, the only thing to do in life is work. God
Well, see,
damn
that's why I got my OnlyFans set up. And Farrell's so disappointed because I'm still not posting anything on there. But I actually set that as a holding. So in 3 to 5 years, whenever I totally fail out of YouTube, I'll start my OnlyFans.
Oh, I have content for mine now.
And then I have a year.
You have my feet.
Exactly.
No, but I hate it. When can we go back to you? You are the master of your life.
Right.
Stop crying about Trump or Biden. I don't care who's the president.
No.
You could have Farrell as president, which would probably be better than whatever you have.
I don't know. I'd be scared.
Yeah, but it's a benevolent dictator you would have. But still,
Yeah,
instead of
write me
saying, well,
in.
gas is getting too high. Yeah, it's goddamn is. Then work harder to make sure that then you go into politics. Yeah, but I don't wanna. It's boring. Yeah, it's effing boring. I've been doing it for 18 years. There's nothing more boring than politics. You don't meet a bigger clutch of imbeciles than you do in a political party, or even worse if you get elected.
Yes.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
see you, Scott,
Yes,
but I can't
he can
pull
see
you
the
up.
chat.
So I'm looking at it. But still, stop always wanting everyone else to change your life.
Yes.
Start changing your own life, and you can do it by the small things. I drink freeze-dried coffee. It doesn't taste as good as the high end. I have we don't have K-cups, we have Nespresso. My machine has been not that good for the least maybe a year. I want a new one, but you have to put them on. I'm going to Tennessee. That's my big trip. I haven't traveled since before the coup.
Yep.
I hear people whining that they only get one vacation to the Alps a year, and that's people who is on welfare.
Yeah.
I hate the mentality that people have today. It's no longer JFK's, what can you do for your country? It's all about my country owes me. And with that mindset, your taxes will only rise, your service will only decline, and your standard of living is going right off the cliff, because there will always be a politician promising to fix your problem if you just pay 20% more,
Oh,
40%
just a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Always.
Got you covered. We got your back. You know, sorry, you're not going to have retirement whenever you're in your 70s or 80s. You know, it's not going to happen. We're going to have to change the retirement age. These are the things that everybody gets. Oh my gosh! So you mean I'm going to have to work through my entire life? Fuck it. If that's what you're concerned with is what you're going to get whenever you retire from the government and you're going to pay into it, then you're not living right. Then you've got there's something deficient up here, because that's not what you should be looking at. You should be looking at, what can I do so whenever I'm ready to retire, that I don't need government money, that I don't need the government cheese.
No, and
If you get in that mentality of not what I'm going to have from the government whenever I retire, the people that actually need it, because they're like Baker and is on disability because, you know, he's actually injured. The people that need it don't have to sit there and take away from you by staying in the workforce, because that's what he'll do. He'll sit there, he'll go, yeah, it's going to hurt, but you know what? I'm going to bust my ass and do it, because
I try to make a
I've got to
little
have
extra
money.
income on this. I hope that I'll be as big as and popular as I can be, so I earn enough so I can get off the disability. Do you know how many people? It took me 8 years to get, even though I have nerve damage, so I can't feel my body probably. I want to smack you up.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
but I can't
There's a
feel it.
lot
You
of
have to do it
ladies
a
here
little
that want
harder.
to feel your body for you. So don't you ever worry about that.
No, but do you know how much I went through and sitting at all these? You have to go, a pain management course, which was just another word for people who used to work for the local government, now has a course they sell to the local government at exorbitant rates. So they can write a piece of paper saying, yeah, he has nerve damage. Yeah, we are at 6 weeks off at year. But
wow.
The amount of people I met, I would say 80 to 85% of the people I met on that journey were just sitting there saying, oh, I can't wait to get off and just be on vacation for the rest of my life. And I don't complain. I paid handsomely, and I'm happy I live in a society where I can live a good life on disability.
Right.
But I have the
But if you didn't
mentality, I
have
want to
to.
get out of it. I want to,
Right.
I want to try to, but I have those days, and I don't show it much on screen. I have those days where I can hardly walk to my chair.
Yeah.
That's a me problem. That's not a YouTube problem.
Right.
But the amount of people who just sit there and say, "Give me, give me, give me." There's no give backs. There's no nothing. It's just you owe me. But we have the next city over. The elderly people now have to buy their own robot vacuums because we don't have the money to pay for people to come and clean their house. We're talking 95-year-old people who should be able to get that from our government by the way our tax system is set up. At the same time, our government have made so many rules that the layer of administration had grown.
Where it costs more just to administrate it than it does what they're going to
Twice the amount of money we need to run that part of the government is now going just to administration. During the coup, we had 10,000 new people hired into the public sector. No one could really say where they were. Yeah, well, it's the testers. Then we stopped doing the test. And we still had the people.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the testers.
We
No
just
one
shift
could
them
tell
to
you where they work.
another spot.
Jamie
So,
found
but
the feed for you, Baker.
Yeah, I'm jumping off because I have to go do my own thing. Rand over. Thank you so much, honey buddy.
Hey, no
I'll
problem,
be there
Baker.
in 2 seconds.
Yeah, you get that
You
thing
better. You're
fired
gonna
up and
get a black eye.
We'll
Yeah.
keep it running for a little bit here, and we'll actually route
Redirect
people over
over
to
there.
you. Yeah, we'll see you in a bit, Baker. Well, and I'll go back into showing this at a later point in time.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll wait for Baker to get his thing fired up, and then we'll send everybody
You
over
better
there.
wait for me to get home tomorrow before you play the rest of that.
Oh yeah. It'll be good. It's
Good
still works.
deal.
And then what I can do here, and I don't know if this will get me
Bye,
in trouble.
Fed.
I don't know if this will get me in trouble, but I'm going to do this because it's really old. That's why I was asking if anybody was Scottish here, because this is hilarious. It is. You're going to love this. So there will be commentary on this.
What's the buttons? Oh no, they installed voice recognition technology in this lift. I heard about this.
No, so you know what this is? Voice recognition technology. This comes on the BBC. This is old one. BBC Scotland.
Voice recognition technology in a lift in Scotland. You ever tried voice recognition technology? No, they don't do Scottish accents.
I'll go towards the end.
Hey, just wait for it to speak.
You have not selected a floor.
Oh, you cow!
Scotland, you bastard!
Scotland!
Scotland!
Scotland! Freedom!
Nice.
There's a lot more dialogue that goes in there on that, but I figured that would keep me from getting deleted.
Right.
If you ever get a chance, that was a really good one. Just look up the voice recognition in elevator. I think that was put out like in 2012 or 2014 or something. It's it's like it comes from like that Saturday Night Live kind of thing,
right?
It's one of those skits that they do, and I think it's BBC Scotland where they do it. I was just like, that is so damn funny. So thank you, BBC, for giving us some humor, because we love the humor around here. Or humorous things. Like me, I'm not, and I tell this to people, I'm really not that funny. I mean, funny looking most of the time, but I'm really not that funny. The only time I'm really funny is whenever I don't try. If I try to be funny, it's horrible.
Womp womp.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Where
for sure.
I'm like, so I don't have that comedic timing most of the time. I wish I did, but no, I really don't have it. I'm looking for where
I have sent you for Baker's thing.
Yeah,
I sent the link in private chat for his live.
Okay, copy. There we go. I will put it in here, paste. And there it is. Why is it not showing for me? I mean,
I had to go to his page, so I don't know. I think maybe because it's late.
No, it still should show up. It still should show up. Like T3s didn't show up for me the other day either. Like,
that's weird.
Like, and I'm subbed to them. I've got all that stuff, so it should automatically.
It didn't show up on like when I hit my subscription tab. I had to like actually type his name in my search bar to get it.
Yeah, and it's so pissy. I hate that crap. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop everybody over there, and you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, hit the ding bell, so you get like all of the information, and you know that we love you just as much as you love us, or vice versa. Something about hate, but don't hate, and make sure that whenever you see the baker, you come over there and you tell them about me.
He's an asshole. Look at his haircut. Anybody with a haircut like that, you know he's an asshole.
Yeah, me, haircut, asshole. So you can tell about. I do need to go get my haircut. It's starting to get ragged. I'll go get like the sides trimmed and like get a poof top or something like that. But with that, peace, y'all.
Bye.